This is an overview of the early years curriculum at Rainbow Education Multi-Academy Trust. The areas of learning are based on the prime and specific areas of learning. The prime areas being those including personal, social and emotional development, communication and language, and physical development. These prime areas begin to develop quickly in response to relationships and experiences and run through and support all areas of learning in early years. They are fundamental to ensure that children have a solid foundation to be able to develop their learning in the specific areas. The specific areas include the essential skills and knowledge children acquire to learn those early concepts. They include literacy, mathematics, understanding the world, and expressive arts and design. We recognise all of our children as unique children. Because of this, we also do a lot of work on the characteristics of effective learning, which I'll touch upon later. So with the combination of the unique child, positive relationships, enabling environments, we have the optimum position to enable our children to learn and develop. We have a balance of how we teach and children learn in our provision. There are some adult-focused teaching and activities, as well as child-led activities and continuous provision. This enables all of our children to develop and ensuring that they are ready for the 21st century. Learning is how we describe what occurs whenever children have built upon their prior knowledge and understanding, and they are able to show this in application of their new understanding. I'm now going to talk about all the areas of learning, starting with our prime areas. Communication and language is built up of 3 strands. These include speaking, listening and attention, and understanding. All vital to ensure that our children are good communicators. Then we move on to physical development, and included in this is moving and handling, which includes fine and gross motor skills, and also health and self-care, which includes our children learning about a balanced diet, health, exercise and well-being, as well as becoming independent in toileting. Then we move on to personal, social and emotional development, often referred to as PSED. This is when children develop their ability to make and sustain relationships. They develop their awareness of their self and their self-confidence, and they begin to manage feelings and behaviour, including following our school and setting rules and routines, and developing a sense of routine and order of the day. That leads us on to the specific areas of learning, including mathematics, which is comprised of numbers and size, shape and measure. Then we have literacy, which is broken down into reading and writing. With reading, we want to develop that understanding and awareness of how to read, including our phonics scheme. And all 6 of our schools are using Read, Write, Inc. as a phonics scheme. This will help them learn to decode and in turn read words. As part of reading, we also want to develop that love and that reading for pleasure, which is a big part of our area of reading and literacy. We have a real joy and a sense of developing reading for pleasure in our classroom and our early years setting. Also, as part of literacy, we look at writing, and we develop from early mark makers into children who are able to competently and confidently write simple sentences and moving on to other aspects of writing. Then we move on to understanding the world, where children develop an understanding of people and communities immediately around them and the wider sense of the world. Then we look at the world, including science and geography-based concepts, as well as technology, so that children are ready for the 21st century. And finally, we look at expressive arts and design. This includes being imaginative and exploring and using media and materials. As I talked about earlier, characteristics of learning are really crucial to what we do. Including in these are playing and exploring, and active learning, and creating and thinking critically. And all three of these areas are represented by dinosaurs in our Multi Academy Trust, so that children can relate to the dinosaurs and their learning. So for playing and exploring, we have Explorosaurus. For active learning, we have Activosaurus. And for creating and thinking critically, we have Thinkadocus. And staff and children are aware of the terminology linked to these areas of learning to help them develop to be effective learners. We celebrate children's accomplishments and children's effective learning in a weekly assembly in each of our settings. This way, children can develop the understanding and the terminology linked to these areas. Finally, we're going to talk about parents as partners in their children's learning. Part of this year has been developed by the Rainbow Activity Passport, where your children can develop lots of lifelong learning skills with you at home as parents and carers. And we really want to celebrate the fact that parents and carers are partners in your children's education. We're inviting you to regular stay and play events and regular workshops, as well as Parents' Evening. And I hope that gives you a little overview of what we do and what we offer in early years as part of our curriculum at the Rainbow Education Multi Academy Trust. Thank you.